Welcome to Splendid Spleen. So finding an easy, stable, standing position. Bringing your hands just under the lower rib cage, squeezing here. And on your left side, you have your spleen. Shape similar to the kidneys, a little bit larger. If we take the hands a bit lower, and can we see if we can circle from these organs? And then the other way. With our hands now, we're making the shape of a full moon. We're taking it up higher. You'll lose mine. We're keeping our hips forwards and rotating and looking at the moon. Coming back, looking at the moon, coming back. Feeling the rotation through the spleen area. From here, we're going to push down one side, up the other, and this also opens up the sides of the body, one side and the other. So the spleen will break down old red blood cells. It also stores blood. I'm going to have a flow with a sense of storage and of breaking down. And have the hands to the hip area and take the left leg back. Here we are lunging, so the knee comes down towards the floor without actually touching. We're then bringing this back in, taking the arms up, bending the knees. The hands then come down to the front of the legs. We lengthen the legs and place the hands to the shins or thereabouts so we can extend the back. To come out, we bend the knees, slide the hands all the way back up. We're lifting the left heel. We can stay here, or we can take the foot above the right knee and bend into a half chair. And then we come out. And the other side. So this time it's the right leg, stepping back, hands to the hips. We bend that back leg and lengthen. Hopping, placing, back in. We are bending into the chair. Hands taking us into the back extension. Bending the knees, coming up. The arms are coming up. The right heel lifted. We stay here or bring the foot above the knee. Bend the legs into a half chair. And then coming out. So our spleen meridian, we're tapping the sides of the face. The neck, but the side of the front of it, the same side of the front of the torso. Then we're coming in line with the inside of the knee. We're tapping there. When we come down to the feet, we're coming to the inside of the large toe. So you've got the inside of the large toe, right up to the nail, and then we're going to tap all the way back up. The feet are just a little bit wider. We're going to turn to the left, bringing the right arm through. You might see that I've swiveled on the right foot and the heel is up to enable that to happen. We bend the elbow and you have a kind of offering. You can perhaps imagine a plate on your hand. Bring that through. And then the other side. So we swivel on the back leg. The heel is up, but the toes are down. We're taking the weight into the left leg. We have the right heel to the ankle. Going to lace the fingers except for the index and the thumb. So you can either stay here and close and open your leg for the spleen meridian, or you can take the toe to the ankle and then try closing and opening. Bring that down, take the hands to the heart. I'm going to bring them back up. The weight is now into the right. We have the left heel to the ankle. We either stay here or we take the toe and we turn in, out. Hands back to the heart. So as well as breaking things down and storing blood. We also can make in the spleen new blood cells. We can filter the blood to detoxify. And we're going to take our legs a bit wider. And for a sense of filtering, we have this kind of push again. So we're pushing hands out, knees out. 1, 2, 3. Then the fingers and the toes, we are going to squeeze in, out, squeeze in, out, squeeze in, out. From here, we're turning. So for our triangle, whether it's knee, calf, ankle, we're taking the top arm, bringing it over the back. You can rest it there. Some people might, if you see that, let the hand come onto the front thigh. Then, releasing the hand, we're bending the front leg, arcing over the other way, taking the lower arm, paralleling it with the upper one, and then bringing that all the way over the bent leg. We're going to bring the arms down, and at the same time, we're turning to face forwards so that we can scoop up the earth and open to the sky. Scoop up the earth, open. One more time. Scoop up and open. Bending. Squeezing toes and fingers. Turning to the right. Triangling. Top arm resting, possibly connecting with the front leg. And then releasing. The front leg bends. The front arm comes over. The lower arm is going to come to parallel. I'm going to take that over. Top arm is going to come down. We turn to the direction in which we started. We scoop. We open. We scoop. Open. Scoop. And open. Bringing our legs in. Returning to a neutral standing position. Things might feel that they've changed from when we started. Finding a relaxed and stable place to be. Feeling the earth beneath your feet. we're now going to come down onto hands and knees. I will need to adjust my camera. So I will meet you there. If you need any support, if you need a drink, then come to do that. So we are going to just let the rib cage push from side to side. So this will move the spleen. Take a pause. So the spleen is quite near the left kidney. Also a similar shape, but larger. And if we cat arc, then we kind of push into the kidneys and then we go the other way. We take a pause. The left arm is going to come up. It's scooping through so again, moving with the spleen. On the opposite side, we have on the right the liver. So if you take your right arm this time, it comes up and then you can scoop it through. Returning to our neutral position. Then adopting either a low or a high kneeling position. We're going to squeeze at the spleen and liver level. And we come to our first flow. Hands are down. Left leg is coming through. As we come out, we take the hands and lower arms down. You might choose to lace the fingers, you might not, but the left leg is then coming up. It comes down. We curl the toes under. We can rock here, or you may have access to the dolphin, which again you can rock. And then we come down. The hands are going to be our support now. We're going to push back into a forward fold. So your hands may be on your legs, they might be to the floor. And then we'll bend the knees and come back. I will then turn so you can see more easily the other side, which will be the right leg coming through. Coming back into modified half scorpion. We have the support through the arms, the right leg coming up. The leg comes down, the toes are curled under. We can rock. You may want to include the downward dolphin here. And that comes down. We take the hands to support us. The toes are curled under. And we forward fold. Bringing all this back down. For the spleen meridian, the right leg is coming back. We're going to rock through the large toe into the heel. We're then taking the weight into the hands, lifting the leg. We're taking the left hand or the opposite hand to leg. We're taking that out. Bringing that back. Taking a pause. And then the other side. So the left leg comes back, we rock into the heel through the large toe and the other toes. We bring the weight into the hands, we balance. We take the other arm or the opposite arm. We bring that back down. We come to a wide child. So the knees are out, the toes are towards each other. We can stay high or we can stay low. We're going to take the index fingers and just slide them, which will take the arm. We'll feel the connection into the shoulders. We take a pause. And then ease our way back up for one more flow on hands and knees. We curl the toes under. We find a downward facing dog and walk our way. We come down. We're bringing the right leg out, so you will lose my foot. The left arm is coming through. You may stay here. If you have balance on foot and shoulder, you might bind like we did in the triangle. We come out of this, we push up, that extended leg, we bend and we start pulsing it up. We're then going to try and bring it all the way through. You might do it in one go. It might be in a few. When you're there, the right arm comes up. We twist towards it. The back toes curl under. That might be where you stay, or you might then find a deeper twist. You soften the back knee down. You just let that front leg lengthen. It might be a little. Some people might be able to lengthen all the way back, but you don't need to. And then we'll rock forwards. Let this front leg come back. I'm turning. So when we do it the other way, it's easier to see. So toes are curled under. We find the downward facing dog and just let the legs walk. We come down. The left leg then extends. The toes are pointing towards my hands. We're going to take the back arm, scoop it through, find our balance through the shoulder, the side of the head, the feet. You may stay here. You may find you can take that arm around the back. It might even bind to the back leg. And then we find our arm for the stability to push ourselves out. As that leg bends in, we take it here and few pulses before we find a way. So you could bring the knee down and kind of slide it, hop it through, or it might come round in one. When you're here, the same arm as the front leg will come up. You have a twist. The back toes curl under. You might stay here, or you bring up that back knee. Just adjust so you can drop into the twist. And then we'll soften that knee down. You can have a little lengthen back. It might not be all the way. Some people might have the ability to bring it right back. And then we will return. Let this leg come in and find a comfortable sitting position. So at the moment, whatever feels good for you. So I tend to habitually cross, but you could have your legs lengthened. We're going to come back to the beginning, create space here, have a squeeze into the spleen and the liver. Feeling the substance of your body, your dimension, your temperature. And then some kind of support through the fingers while you mobilize from the spleen and the liver. So they're initiating the movement. Then we go back the other way. We're going to create the full moon shape. The hips will be more stable in the sitting position. And then we turn those hips forwards one way, looking at the moon, the other way. Repeating. From here, one hand down, the other one pushes up. So this is a flat hand. And then push, push, opening the sides of the body. Both knees now to the left side. So you can have them close together like this. You can have them 90-90. If that's uncomfortable, you can always lengthen this leg. I'm going to adopt the 90-90 position. We arc towards the feet. We twist away from the feet. We twist towards the feet. We support down. We cross over. We might lift one buttock. We might lift two. Take a pause. Bring that down. The arm's going to act as a support too. We release the legs, and they are going one way, the other way. And this time they're coming into the butterfly. Settling here. We'll all have slightly different organization. Wherever your knees are, just a sense that gravity is drawing them downwards. We'll explore the other side. So, both knees, okay, close in, 90-90 or lengthened. We're arcing towards the feet. We come up. And we're going to twist away from them. We're going to twist towards them. And we're going to then place the hand down, reach, possibly lift. We'll take a pause. And when we come down, the arm's going to support as well, as we take two knees one way, the other way. Once more before coming into our butterfly. From here, I'm just going to slide back again so my legs stay in view. The left leg, heel to the opposite large toe. If that's uncomfortable, then cross over the ankle. So lifting up and out of the pelvis, forward fold. And we'll roll, we'll slide out of this. The leg then brings the toe to the ankle, the large toe. We open up for the spleen meridian. Close, open, close, open, close, open. That leg then slides in. Again, we try to lift up out of the pelvis and fold. So we're going to slide ourselves back up, roll ourselves back up. We're bringing the legs into a bent position, but opened up. So we're exploring an acupressure point. If you are pregnant, please do not use this point, but you could perhaps just gently, flutter the legs. If you're not pregnant, then, or intend to be pregnant, then if you take the heel bones, know where they are, and then you have the 4 fingers, and you're going to place the index finger above each of the ankle bones there. And I've started from the index finger, then you've got the middle ring and the little finger. Where the little finger is, swap it for your thumb. You're then pressing in and under the bone that you can feel there. You might need to wiggle and jiggle around a bit. You've got the point if it's really tender. So, spleen 6, 4 fingers width up. A powerful yin point that connects the spleen, the liver, and the kidneys. So tonify, nourish yourself. And gently release. If you've been flapping, definitely stop flapping. we'll lengthen the legs again. You might feel the after effects of the point there. The right heel now onto the left large toe. Again, if it's uncomfortable, just take it down to the ankle. We have the fold here. We slide back up a little bit to release the foot. Large toe to opposite heel bone and open close. Similar to what we did in standing, but we have a lot more earth support with this one. And we'll take it up higher, lift up, reaching towards that large toe and the upper toes and heel. We'll slide out of this and come to the last flow in sitting. So we're taking the right arm is under, the left arm is over, and we're taking hold of the knees. We are taking our weight forwards and just pressing them out. And draw the knees back in. The right leg lengthens, the left leg bends. I'm going to take the left arm. The elbow pushes against the knee pushes against the elbow, and we have an open twist. We turn back. This arm we're going to slide further forwards. We are then rotating the arm as far as we can and bending. So we're going to be here, and you're going to just try and see if you can lift up. Some of you might be able to take hold of the wrist with your hands. You have a bind. I'll probably have to slide around so you can see. And then whichever one you're doing, you release. And twist the opposite way, wrap round and find that rotation of the closed twist. We're coming back. We're opening to the fan, hands to heart, twisting to the left. And we're staying here. We then come back. We're sliding the hands down the legs. We might stay here. We might come to the ankle. We might even be able to take hold of the large toes. You might be up quite high. Some of you might be able to come a bit lower. And then from here, we'll slide back up. The spleen, meridian, bend the legs. So this time it's the right leg that's going to be bent and the left one that's lengthened. We are taking the same arm as leg, we're pushing the elbow against the knee, and we are turning. and coming back. This arm is going further forward. We turn it, we bend. And that's where possibly a lot of you will stay, but we will try and lift up from there. I'll just shimmy around a little bit. For some people, it is possible to take hold of the opposite wrist and then open yourself up that way. Then whichever one you've chosen, releasing, I'll just swivel myself back, and then we have a wrap the other way. I'm coming forwards again, opening both legs, hands to heart, twisting the other way this time. Coming back, sliding as far as is comfortable towards your large toe, releasing the torso where it's appropriate for you. As you come in this time, bring feet together. The left arm is under, the right arm is over. So we're ending as we began, just pushing down, taking the weight forwards. And then up you come. So I'm going to take the feet one way and come down onto the side. So we give ourselves a little rock here. Let that settle. And then we have a movement to have a sense of the spleen, breaking things down, a little bit more staccato. So we're going to just take the knee up and then the foot. Take a pause. And then we're going to reach through the meridian. So it's the index finger and the large toe. So we're reaching there. Then we're turning out the leg. It's coming up. We may or may not touch the large toe. And then we're sliding the hand as the leg comes down. So reach up. It's a pointed foot because that will turn the leg out. And then it's a slide down the meridian. So one more time. Reach up. Connect. And slide all the way down. Just let the head rise. Bring one arm on top of the other. The head can settle. It can either go right down or be lifted a little bit off. We're going to slide the hand, top hand off the bottom one. Reach it up and back. You'll come into a spinal twist. And here we are going to squeeze the toes and the fingers, that sense of sponginess that you might find in filtering, which spleen does too. And then we'll bring that all the way over. We're going to bring the knees in, bring the head in, find your fetal position. So the shape of the spleen is very much like the kidney, very much like the embryo, all centered around the navel. So you have the umbilical cord, and then for the kidney and the spleen, the organs centered around blood vessels that come in a similar location to the navel. From here, we're just going to come out and find a way to roll onto your back. On your back, squeeze here, liver, spleen. And if you release that, we'll have a few pelvic tilts. As you tilt up, you will press into the kidneys. And then for the kidney and liver on one side and the kidney and spleen on the other side, I'm going to bend one leg, lengthen the other one away, and then change. Feet come down, the arms to the sides. We have another combination. Here a sense of breakdown. So we have quite a strong movement up into a bridge. We bring that down. We take the hands to the hips. We lengthen the legs. And we scissors, 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 scissors. We bend in the sense of storage. You can just subtly rock here if you want to. It could be up and down. It could be side to side. And then we'll try that one more time. So we have a push up. We come down. We scissors. And then bring that into storage. A little rock. Whether it's up and down or side to side. I'm going to take the hand, I'm sorry, we are. I'm going to take the feet down first, and then the hands are coming to the sides of the face, connecting into the spleen meridian here. Then we take the arms a little way out from the body, through the index finger, and have a little slide. In fact, we're going to turn the hands over. Excuse me. The spleen meridian is on the front side. And then the arms are coming up. We'll turn the palms. The feet are coming to the outer edge. And we will turn one way and the other. So it's a wide spinal twist. What we'll do with the arms now, we'll take them towards the spleen and the liver. And then when your knees are towards the camera, we'll take a pause. I'm going to come up to semi-sitting. And because I've got a bit of a tickle in my throat, I'm going to take hold of some water. And hopefully that might alleviate my tickle. And then from here, we're going to switch sides. And come down. Give ourselves a nurturing rock. The spleen, the mother organ in traditional Chinese medicine, supporting nourishment. We're nourished through blood, the nutrients in the blood. Take a pause. Then the sense of activation, how something might be broken down. We lift up a knee, turn a foot. Then the meridian. So index finger, large toe, reach away. We're then taking it up, we're pointing the foot so it turns it out so we can come to the inside and slide down the meridian. We are lengthening away, coming up and sliding down. One more time, reaching away, coming up and sliding all the way down. Let the knees come right in. Bring in the head, this kind of embryo, the shape of the spleen, of the kidney, blood vessels like the umbilical cord feeding in through the navel area in the center. Then I'm going to come out of that. We have one arm on top of the other. I'm going to slide it forwards and then open up until that arm comes flat down. We have that spinal twist, and then we're squeezing the fingers and toes. Sense of filtration. You'll need a kind of pulsation movement to help the filtering. Let that settle. And the back arm comes over. And that's going to just take us into a rock. Allowing that to ease. And then gradually making your way up to semi-sitting. Take a pause here so the blood doesn't rush too much to the head. And come up to a comfortable sitting position for you. Doesn't have to be anything like mine. Here we're having a side bend. And then the other way. And coming back. Softly circling the shoulders. The other way. Bringing the hands in prayer to the heart. Closing the eyes, tuning into the sensations of your body, the messages that it's giving you. Communicating with your inner environment. Where you feel comfortable, where you feel less comfortable, where you're heavy, where you're light. And then feeling the air around you through your skin. So that you're communicating, being aware of your outer landscape. Receiving the sounds through your ears. And then softly opening eyes to the light, colours, textures, shapes of your surrounding environment. Thank you very much for sharing this session. So, your space, your time, you might want to rest. You might want to start making some kind of transition to bring you to whatever follows. So, nice way is to kind of brush the skin, sort of wake yourself up at the outer border as we travel more inward, especially with the spleen today. So once again, thank you very much for coming on a journey with the Splendid Spleen. Thank you.